Welcome to Second Look. I'm Kyle Rogers.
And I'm Jolan. Tonight we take a second look at what it's like to add parenthood to a college student's responsibilities.
So there's no better co-host in finding out about this than Leah Jolan. Leah, you are how many months pregnant now?
I am going into my 7th month.
7th month. That's
yes.
Crazy. I remember whenever you told me you were pregnant, and then that moment, your life changed.
Oh my goodness, yes. It has been a roller coaster so far, and the baby's not even here yet.
I know, and just wait till it does get here.
Oh my goodness.
She gets here, not it. I shouldn't say it.
Well, we don't know if it's a he or she yet.
I thought we did.
No, we don't
never
know.
mind.
No.
Someone else. But anyway, Leah, let's talk about, you're a full-time college student.
Yes.
You knew whenever you were pregnant that you had the fall semester coming up. You also had the spring semester coming up. So, you got to be a little frightened.
A little bit, but I'm determined. I'm going to finish. It's going to be great. I'll take a little break after this semester, and then I'll come back full force in my mind,
in your mind.
and get it done.
Yeah, well, you are, let's be real here, we hang out a lot.
Yes.
And you seem more tired this semester.
It's true. All I want to do is eat and sleep.
Don't we all? Don't we all? Well, Leah, we'll talk a little bit more about you coming up, but Leah is not the only one here going to college with a something little extra. As our Kyle Stum tells us, a woman getting her nuclear med-tech degree while also hanging on to her mommy status.
Making the time to do my schoolwork or actually leaving to go to school, because especially the little one, she sees me and she's like, "Mommy, no," and that just breaks your heart.
Being a parent is hard enough, but being a parent and a student is twice as hard. Between working a full-time job and taking care of 2 kids, Karen has to squeeze in her schooling whenever she can.
So even if it's just an hour before class to throw together a paper or just whatever it may be, if I have to do it, then I have to do it.
Juggling all these jobs leaves little to no time to spend with her kids and husband.
As soon as I get home from work, I have 1 hour to eat with them and to help him make dinner if he hasn't already done it, and clean up if I can, if I have time. And that's if I'm not throwing 20 minutes to sneak in some study time or read.
She wants other students who aren't parents to know that they're lucky to have the time she doesn't.
I just want to turn to them and just say, you have this opportunity and you don't have all these things bogging you down. And you just do a good job right now, because you're not going to get the opportunity back once you have a family and have a job and kids.
And to parents who debate returning for a degree,
to see that you can do it if you want. There are no limitations. You shouldn't say, "Oh, well, it's too late now." It's never too late. If you really want to do something, you can.
I'm Kyle Stum with your Second Look.
And Karen says all of the hard work and sacrifice will pay off in the end. And the parenting school juggling act is just as tough for dads. Art Horn is a father of 3. He went back to Lancaster Bible College to get his bachelor's in family ministry. And to add to an interesting twist, his son Nate also goes to Lancaster Bible College. Now, it might seem unusual, but Nate liked having his dad go through the same classes.
The fact that he was in school was kind of like a parent helping a kid through kindergarten, where they can help their kids because they know the material they're in at the moment.
And Art graduated earlier this year in June with a 4.0. He hopes to start a family ministry class at his church.
Well,
good for him.
Yeah, that is good for him, and a 4.0 at that. Some student parents don't have the luxury of a spouse to share the workload. Becky Williams, a single mother, went back for her degree when her daughter was 4.
Becky went back to school when her daughter Olivia was 4. Her biggest struggle wasn't finding time to get work done, it was finding time to spend with Olivia.
She came on the bus with me, but we weren't playing, and then after I got off the school bus, I went right to school, so I missed dinner with her for 2 years.
But Becky's parents were behind her all the way.
No, I could not have done it without them, because I couldn't find somebody to watch her, because I had class from 5 to 10 at night. So somebody would have to put her to bed and feed her, and I wouldn't have had anybody else to do it.
Becky says she'd do it all again. In fact, she plans on going back to school for another degree.
I actually have been discussing going back to school just to hack for culinary arts.
It's all worth it to hear these little words.
I'm proud of Mommy for going to school.
I'm Kyle Stum, and here's your Second Look.
It's so good to see Olivia being proud of her
She's so
mommy.
cute, yeah.
As Kyle said, Becky does plan to go back to school, but in the meantime, she enjoys spending as much time with Olivia as possible.
Yeah, very good. Cute.
But don't go away. When we come back, we'll talk to other fathers who go to SHIP.
But first, let's head on over to Kristen Pappas. She has our Facebook feedback. Hey, Kristen.
Hey. Well, we asked our Facebook fans about experience with pregnancy or parenting in college. Emily Ellis says, going to college when you have a child is one of the hardest things to go through. My son is always wanting my attention and I have to stay focused. I want to show him one day that no matter what is going on in life, you can do anything you set your mind to. Thank you, Emily, and keep up the good example.
Well, welcome back to Second Look. We're here with Charlie Mitchell. Now, he's been doing the father-student thing for 4 years now. Charlie, welcome to Second Look.
Thank you.
Thanks for being here.
Well, Charlie, tell me a little bit, how many children do you have?
I have 4.
4 children. How old are they?
30, 17, 14, and 10.
Wow.
Busy. They're right across the spectrum. Now, you're a non-traditional student, so why did you leave school and then take a break, or are you coming back now for the first time?
Oh, I'm coming back from, I was in school when I was younger, about like 22, 23. I actually went through broadcasting school then. It was a technical school. I went through that, and then I went into the military and was in for 12 years and decided to come back after some medical mishaps on the job.
Happy Veterans Day.
Thank you.
Postponed for you. But so why did you want to come back?
Basically because it was a part of, I always like to say, my bucket list. I wanted to be able to do the things that I had never done before, and I did not have a degree, and I wanted a degree.
Now, how do you juggle spending time with your children and being in school? I know they're a little older, but you've got a couple younger ones too.
Yes, it's really hard, especially like on Saturdays when I have assignments that I have to complete. If I have packages that I have to complete for my requirement to get my degree, and they have a soccer game, or if they have a baseball game, or they have fundraisers that they want dad to participate in, and I can't get there, it can be really, really tough.
Yeah. Are they understanding, or are they kind of like, Dad, come on?
Sometimes they are, but I try to make it up to them during the holidays. We have Thanksgiving coming up, we have Christmas coming up, so that's when I get to spoil them like crazy.
All right, very good. Well, keep on keeping on. Charlie Mitchell, thank you so much for your time today.
Thank you
We
for having me.
appreciate it.
Appreciate that.
Sure. Well, being a parent makes going to college a different experience, as we learned from Charlie, but having a family can also be an asset. Actually, we don't have that story right now. We might have it a little later on. But when we come back, actually, let's head over to Kristen Pappas. She's over there with our Facebook feedback. Hey, Kristen.
Martise Mosley says her and her parents are prepping to take their masters together, so they are both in school at the same time. The only downside is when they complain about homework. Well, don't go away, there's more Second Look.
Welcome back to Second Look. So you've heard from those fathers who are non-traditional, i.e. mature, a little bit older.
Charlie there.
But there are plenty of father students who fit in the traditional crowd. Joining us right now, we've got Marcus and Zach.
Hello, gentlemen. Thanks for being here today. So
Thanks for
you're
having me.
pretty young. How do you juggle the college lifestyle and being dads? Marcus, we'll start with you.
That's a very good question. I think
know it
it's
is.
definitely
Just kidding.
definitely what you call time management for that. You have to have your studies for your schoolwork and have your studies. Have the time to take care of your responsibilities.
Right. Same with you, Zach?
Yeah, I agree with him. I think your number one responsibility is being a father, taking care of your kid above everything else. But then education is important too, because you want your children to have something better than what you had growing up.
Go on.
Go ahead.
All you.
Now, I know the two of you come from two different backgrounds. You come from a two-parent household.
Yes.
You went to Milton Hershey School. How does that affect how you how does that influence how you take care of your child? Because you have your parents as a role model, so.
Yes, definitely what you said. I have my parents for a role model. Coming from a two-parent household, it definitely gave me the example of what it is to be a parent and sacrifice.
Do you find yourself doing things that you said, my parents did that, I will never do that with my kids?
Oh, I sound just like my dad.
About being that thing, I told you so. Yeah, I find myself with my daughter. Yeah, absolutely,
Right.
absolutely.
Now, how does that affect you, Zach? Because you come from a different background.
I just want my daughter to have a father in her life. I didn't have that opportunity, so I don't want her to miss out on having a father in life. That's why I'm always looking forward to go home on the weekends and, spend time with her at work so that I can provide for her.
Yeah, well, let's talk about that. I mean, you come from different backgrounds both, but you come from different areas. Your daughter is in Philly?
Harrisburg.
Oh,
She's in
Harrisburg.
right
Same
now.
with you?
Lancaster.
Lancaster. So, guys, you
a little
got
bit of a
big
distance,
commute,
yeah.
though. So, how's that work out?
Well, me, I see my daughter on weekends, and every holiday she comes to Philadelphia with me.
Oh, good.
So, yeah.
Nice.
And every weekend I go home to work. I work Friday through Sunday. I work at Sheets back at home, but I see my daughter that whole weekend. So I'm traveling back and forth, juggling, the student life, but at the same time, the responsibility is being a father.
Wow, good for you. And Marcus, you played football here, right?
Yes.
So, I mean, that had to have an influence on raising a girl, too.
Oh, man, you ain't never lie. It was more so of, like, I want to say again, time management.
Right.
Sometimes I think a lot of people on campus for helping to pitch in, because it does take a village to raise a child. I would actually play games and people will volunteer to watch her in the stands for me while she watched me
That is
play.
so
So
nice.
Yeah,
that
that's
was
really
yeah,
nice.
that's a
Awesome.
blessing. That's a blessing. Everybody. That's a
Well, it
blessing.
depends who she's with.
Right.
Let's be real.
Absolutely.
True.
Actually, All-American Jill Edwards, the volleyball player, she used to volunteer and help watch my child. So I thank you out there, Jill. I really appreciate that. Really.
Maybe we can get an SUTV nanny.
Oh,
to
that
come.
would be
That'd
nice,
so
because
nice.
you're our sports anchor at SUT.
Yes.
So you have a daughter.
Right.
You will have a
Yeah.
son or daughter.
Yeah. So
So-
Marcus, maybe you can pay it forward and you'll be
yeah.
babysit.
Just let me know. Just let me know. Just let me
A
know.
little baby therapy. We'd all like to escape from the hard work.
Yes.
Although with these SUTV people, you don't want that.
You're absolutely. You're
All right. Well, gentlemen, hey, thanks so much for your
Thank
time
you.
today. We really appreciate
Thanks
it.
for having me.
Absolutely.
Thank you. All right. Well, stay tuned, because after the break, Leah, well, we both will sit
Yes.
down with the doctor to learn the do's and don'ts of pregnancy.
But before we go, social media correspondent Kristen Pappas has our Facebook feedback. Hey, Kristen.
Hey guys. Well, Julie Richards said she's in nursing school with 3 kids, work and co-runs 3 orphanages and a school in Haiti. Busy but almost done. It's been hard but worth it all in the end. Wow, Julie. Good luck to you in the future.
Welcome back to Second Look. While on campus here, we are surrounded by doctors, but Leah here is also surrounded by doctors off campus.
Oh my gosh, Lord have mercy. That is the truth. I see them all the time.
All day.
But welcome to the show, Dr. Sean Bryant of Chambersburg Hospital. Welcome. Thank you for joining us.
Yes, ma'am.
Kind of threw you up here. So let's talk about me and how I can help Leah. Leah is carrying a baby here. She's got a lot going on. So how can I be more of a support to Leah here?
Well, I think, helping reminding her about that she's taking care of more than just herself, that she needs to, get plenty of rest, eat a good diet, and make sure she's taking her vitamins and, getting all her prenatal care. And, I think that the friends can be real helpful in terms of getting people, reminding them to make sure they get there and helping them get back and forth and that kind of jazz, because it is very hectic and a lot of responsibility.
So you're saying we shouldn't have Leah push around a ladder full of camera equipment?
Well,
the ladder we have coming up in the next segment, we shouldn't have her lift onto stage.
I think as the pregnancy goes along, those physical demands get more onerous. But at this point, at this stage, she's perfectly capable of doing. She probably feels great and is perfectly capable of doing just about anything. But as she gets further along, it'll really require a lot of help from her friends.
Now, how will I know when to slow down and when I'm supposed to stop? Because I don't
She's
ever
a
want to slow down. I am.
She doesn't
go,
stop.
go, go.
Yeah. Always
Well,
on the go.
I don't know that you will know. I mean, I think everybody's different. Some women, have depends on the weight gain and that kind of jazz, and people will have trouble. Sometimes some of the girls will have trouble swelling in their lower extremities, and things just get harder. But that's very late in the pregnancy. Sometimes most women tell me that last month is really hard, but that's not true for everybody. I remember when my wife was pregnant. She did everything right up until the time she went to deliver.
And let me guess, you didn't complain about that at all, did you?
No, it's best to just lay low and
well,
be helpful.
This is something to think about, even though we hope you're in a better situation, a better place when this happens. But if Leah here goes into labor, what do I do other than pass out?
Well, call 911.
Okay.
That's always a good place to start. And then, help her, remind her about her breathing. She'll be taking classes about
Yeah,
breathing.
you start class tonight.
Yeah, I start class tonight.
That's right.
So you'll help her with that and keep her, make sure her head's supported and, just getting her help is the best thing.
We'll call 911. Speed dial.
Now I have an odd question. I have noticed that since I've been pregnant, like my hair is thicker and my face is peely and like
Your hair
there's
suddenly
good,
grew
yeah,
overnight
it did
too.
overnight. But I've also noticed that I'm growing more moles than I was before. What in the world is causing such a crazy thing to happen?
It's all related to the hormone changes with the pregnancy. All those types of things are very common. Some of them will resolve after the pregnancy. Some of them, persist. But it's real common for the skin texture to change, the joints to loosen, the hair to change texture. Those all have to do with the estrogen progesterone changes that are happening, as you move along in your pregnancy. So.
And you're at Chambersburg Hospital, so in a few months you'll see this
I'll be there.
lovely lady. So what can she expect going in?
Well, they're actually by that time she'll probably be in a brand new wing. They just opened up a brand
VIP.
Yeah, all private suites, and I haven't been there for the tour yet, but I've heard it's very nice. And having a baby now is a lot different than it was, 20 years ago. Some people have their babies underwater. They have their own hot tubs, and it's very, very elaborate. And it's trying to make it as comfortable for you as possible.
Very good. Something for you to look forward to. Dr. Ryan, thanks so much for your time today.
No problem.
We appreciate it.
Yes, ma'am.
Well, don't touch that remote. When you come back, we talk to the girlfriend of a Marine.
That prompter's so
break.
far away.
I know.
It is all
Can't
after
see.
this. Stay with us.
Whitney Markle posts, I have a friend that goes to school with her mom. They love it. They help each other with online work and commute together. Both of them just look at it as having extra motivation to do well. Don't go away. There's more Second Look after the break.
Well, changing gears now, we're here with Paige, who is dating Marines stationed in Camp Lejeune. Paige, thanks for coming on today.
Thank you for having me.
So a little bit of a long-term or long-distance relationship. That's going to be a bit difficult for you, huh?
Right.
It is and it isn't. I mean, when you love someone, you make it work. So.
And what's his name?
His name's Matt.
Matt. So how long ago did you and Matt meet?
We met 5 years ago.
Wow.
So we knew each other before he joined the Marines. So,
Okay.
yeah.
So what was it like? Yeah, go on. I think you were going to say what I was.
Yeah. What is it like? What is the difference now? Have you noticed a change in him since he's been in the military, or?
I haven't really noticed like a change in it. I mean, he's more grown up now, but other than that, I mean, our relationship is still good. We talk a lot more.
Really?
Yeah.
So he's far away, but you talk more.
I mean, like, we talked when he was home, but I mean, like, I was in school, he was in school. So now, like, we actually make phone calls. It's not just texting, so.
Right.
Because we miss each other.
Gotcha. Now, how long has it been since you've seen him?
He was home at the beginning of October.
Okay.
So he was home when he took leave and came home. So it's been like a month, and I'm actually going to see him this weekend. So.
Oh, that's exciting.
Yay. Yeah.
Awesome.
Yeah, I'm going down for the ball.
Oh, do you have a dress picked out?
Yes, I do have a dress.
Oh,
Very good.
That'll be nice. That'll be so nice.
But it's got to be cool now with Facebook, things like Skype and social networking.
Yeah, we actually don't use Skype very much. I don't know what it'll be like once he goes overseas, but so I guess we'll see.
Now let's talk about the moment he told you he was joining the Marines. Oh, you laugh right now. Was it traumatic? Did you make a scene? Let's get the dirt.
You're not going.
I was a little bit shocked that that's what he chose. But I mean, I always thought, I never pictured myself as being someone dating someone in the service, and now it's here, and here we are. And I mean, I was scared and everything at first, and I cried a little bit, but it's made us stronger, I think.
Do you worry about him being deployed at all, or has he been?
He hasn't been deployed yet. I try not to think too much about it.
Yeah.
I'm a little bit nervous about about it, but
But the fact of the matter is, I mean, he's doing a great thing for
Right.
the country.
yeah,
all of us.
exactly.
But I mean, there's also going to be some kind of struggles for you too on a daily basis. I mean, I'm sure you have friends who go out with their boyfriends every weekend.
Right.
Yeah, when he went to boot camp, that was probably the hardest. I went from being angry at seeing people hold hands and stuff, and I miss that stuff. But then when I get to see him, you appreciate it so much more.
Right.
Okay, well, Paige, thanks so much for
Just
your
this
time
makes
today.
the heart grow fonder.
That's right, very good. And good luck to both of you.
Yeah,
and
thank
tell him,
you.
pass along thanks to him for
I will
his
make sure I do
service.
that.
We appreciate it.
Thank you.
Well, raising a child is not easy, and it's even harder when you have to do it by yourself. This is the life for one Shippensburg student as he faces the daily challenges of single parenthood.
But most of the time it's difficult because it revolves around a lot of time management. On top of your time management, you need a support system. No one can do this by themselves.
Finding time to do schoolwork can be a challenge, but this college mom finds that having friends and supporters to help her makes things a little easier and gives her a chance to relax.
When I need time to study, like some of my friends will take her just for a couple of hours just so I can get some things done and, really help out.
Another challenge she faces is her daughter's father being in the military.
It's a little bit more than hard because at any second, any time, I have to drop everything and be a full-time parent. I have to be mommy, I have to be daddy, I have to be able to take care of things, be able to take care of finances when he's gone. There's plenty of times where he leaves for months at a time.
Despite her obstacles, every day Monique strives to be the best mom she can be. She even receives some extra special help sometimes. For Second Look, I'm Aaliyah Smith.
The journey to graduation is a hard one, but Monique is not at all intimidated. That's a strong woman for you.
That's right. Well, being a parent does make going to college a different experience, but also having a family can be an asset. Trey Kemble met up with one man who's back on campus after nearly 30 years.
Wow.
Wow. For joining us here today, Jim. You're welcome. Now, what's it like then to come back to school?
Pretty daunting. You have a lot of things you have to juggle. You have your home life, your career, and then you add on top of that your academics.
What many things do you have that you feel add to the circus-like act of juggling everything beyond normal students?
A job that you have no idea when you're going to get off. Most jobs are 8 to 4:30, an 8-hour shift. If you have a job that puts you out on the road or customer service, you have no control of when you're going to get off work. So you have to try to figure out how you're going to work your job into the going back to school.
So then, if I may, what's the hardest part then to be in this major, work with your academics, yet to obviously have that social life and to be able to meet with people and friends and family?
It pretty much is a challenge, depending on the level of the curriculum. How hard it is, depends on how much time you have to put into your studies, and to come out with decent grades.
All right, Trey, thank you so much. Well, some women feel that while being pregnant, they can lose their sexiness, but this lady can't. Today, Aaliyah Smith joins us with some quick tips on how to maintain your sexy and look cute while pregnant. What's up?
Okay, so first, you want to wear comfortable clothing. So we have a sweater here, and you're wearing a sweater.
I'm wearing a sweater, yes.
So
I wear sweaters a lot.
Right.
Yes.
Do you feel like, sweaters are more comfortable for you and you can move in them? It doesn't.
But what about jeans, though?
Well, absolutely. Well, yeah, I definitely wear sweaters because they've got some stretch. I got a lot going on up here.
Right.
So, yeah.
And the jeans, like Kyle said, these are the maternity jeans.
So you've got this elastic that stretches with your belly. I love that.
Oh,
yes.
I love that.
Yes.
And it makes it easier for you.
Okay, we got a few seconds left in the shoes here.
The shoes,
flats. Always flats.
Better.
No stilettos?
I'm not giving up my stilettos, but when I get tired of those.
But flats are comfy, definitely.
They are comfy,
Okay,
yes.
very good, Aaliyah. Thank you so much, and thank you for joining us for this edition of Second Look.
Yes. Well.
Who you are.
Oh, yes, I'm Leah Jolan.
There you go.
And we appreciate you tuning in.
Have a good one.